I saw a dermatologist. She saw my skin and she said, you need to go on Accutane and that's how you're going to fix your skin. And it just did not feel good to me.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Yasmin Nasir and I'm a cosmetic scientist and the founder of Cosmetic. And आज हम एक और skincare routine के हवाले से बात करेंगे. This lady also struggled with acne. She shares her teenage journey, her pregnancy journey, her postpartum journey. I think there are a lot of good points in this video जिनको हम आज cover करेंगे.
First, I want to give you the backstory of my skin. So this journey lasted basically through all of 2019. The severity of it was about September to January. The very worst of it was. This is what it currently looks like this morning before I did my makeup. In junior high, I struggled with acne. I used Proactive. It worked for me really well. I used it for 10 years.
Proactive, I think, was very, very popular even when I was a teenager. मुझे अगर ठीक से याद पड़ता है तो try मैंने भी किया था, but I don't think it actually worked for me because I do not remember sticking to it. And I really did struggle a lot with acne. Nothing was working. I tried a lot of different things. And I personally think it's kind of harsh. It uses a combination of things like benzoyl peroxide and witch hazel, which personally I think if acne ho, you want to be gentle with your skin. It's already inflamed. You don't want to do anything to aggravate the inflammation. So if it's working for you, well and good. But it wouldn't be my routine or they wouldn't have my products of choice.
After I had my fourth baby, my skin started becoming more like the underground zits, you know, they're just big bumps. You can't hide them. They hurt. I started trying a ton of different face washes.
Yahan pe, like she said, you know, after she had her fourth baby, her skin started breaking out. Pregnancy causes a lot of changes in your hormones. Hormone levels are going up and down. People who've been through it will know the nausea and all of that. So that is your body reacting to a lot of different changes and your skin is no different, right? So some people experience really clear skin during pregnancy. And then this lady, especially because of these hormonal changes, she started experiencing a lot of postpartum acne.
I looked into intermittent fasting and I read a ton about it. I researched it like crazy. Long-term, terrible for me. Maybe it has to do with age too. I turned 30 and that's when everything like drastically started going downhill.
हर religion के अंदर भी आप देखेंगे कि एक रोज़ों का concept होता है, right? This has positive benefits for your immunity, for anti-aging purposes. But it's interesting, maybe it doesn't work for some people, but the general research around fasting and calorie restriction is going in a very positive direction where a lot of people, especially people who are enthusiastic about longevity and health, are really taking this up a lot. So even if it didn't work for it, something I would say that you shouldn't put aside from a dietary perspective. Obviously, you want to make sure that your diet में variety काफी है, nutrition आपको पूरी मिल रही है, and that means nutrition from whole food plant-based sources. It doesn't mean that आपने कुछ chips खा लिए, that doesn't count, right? That's something you should avoid. But so long as you're getting your complete set of vitamins and minerals and nutrition and you're getting a lot of fruits and vegetables, intermittent fasting I think would be a good thing to try.
So I was losing all of my hair, at least half of my hair, more than I do after I have babies. That's ultimately why I decided to cut my hair last year. I was tired.
The fact that she was losing her hair could also indicate कि इसको कुछ nutritional deficiencies हैं, क्योंकि nutritional deficiencies जब आपको होती हैं, hair is one of the first things that your body lets go of, because बालों को भी nutrition की ज़रूरत होती है उगने के लिए, but it's not something that's necessary. So when you're deficient in different nutrients, आपकी body सोचती है कि अच्छा प्रायोरिटी हमने किन चीज़ों को देनी, तो जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स आपके पास थोड़ी बहुत अवेलेबल हैं, बॉडी वहाँ पे उनको भेज देती है और बालों जैसी चीज़ को कहती है अच्छा let's just get rid of these.
So I'm just going to share my story on what happened to me, but everyone is so different and I can't stress that enough because I watched so many videos. It was like my life, my job, watching acne videos and trying to figure out how to fix mine, and none of them applied to me, and it was so frustrating because I couldn't understand how this would work for this girl, this would work for this girl, and yet nothing would work.
This is a valid point, right? Even in skincare routines, मतलब हम acne में specialize करते हैं, majority clients acne वाले हमारे पास आते हैं, but people kind of need to understand that what worked for one person might not necessarily work for another. किसी बंदे का hormonal makeup में कुछ different हो सकता है, किसी बंदे का सिर्फ skin के हद तक issue हो सकता है, you know, that they've been abusing their skin with wrong skincare products, but their diet is fine. For somebody else, they could have some internal food allergies. So no two people are the same, no two people have the same genetic makeup. So it's not necessary that something that worked for your friend is going to work 100% the same way for you as well.
I saw a dermatologist. She saw my skin and she said, you need to go on Accutane and that's how you're going to fix your skin. And it just did not feel good to me.
I am completely with her on this. Accutane आजकल कैंडी की तरह dermatologist दे रहे हैं. The fact of the matter is कि उस drug के known side effects हैं. These side effects are a real thing, and it's not that acne is a permanent cure-all. For a lot of people, if they haven't taken care of the underlying cause, the acne does come back, maybe in a year, 2 years, 3 years, but it comes back, and the second time around, the symptoms are worse. I've seen people who've ended up with hepatitis A, anal fissures, almost killing themselves because of acne, because we deal with people like this on an everyday basis. So be very, very careful before you start Accutane. Make sure that you've tried literally everything else and you properly tried it, not desi totke and the rubbish kind of stuff. Actually, the proven science-backed stuff, and you've given it time to work. You've made changes to your diet before you go on this quick fix. It's very easy for derms to just give out, लेकिन इसके अच्छे खासे side effects हैं. And I think modern medicine का ये एक बहुत मसला हो गया that you have all of these specializations, right? So you have a doctor that specializes in skin, they're never going to look at your diet. You have a doctor that specializes in organ 2, they're not going to be looking at your holistic health either.
But I'm just going to list off everything. I have it here on my phone. I'm just going to read it off. These are all the things that I tried that did not work. I changed my laundry detergent to a more natural one, which is great. I still do have a natural one. I changed my pillowcase every single night. I bought satin pillowcases instead. I changed out all my hand soaps, body soap, shampoo, conditioner to all natural options, things that were cleaner.
So यहाँ पे all of the things that she's trying, the thing is if you have something internal going on, or even if you have some skin related challenges going on, maybe they're genetic or however, I mean, these things, ठीक है, theory के अंदर it sounds really good, अच्छा laundry detergent change कर लो and all of that stuff, but most likely they actually won't have much of an impact on your acne unless there's something really off about that specific thing and that's really, really triggering you, right? You do have to actually go deeper and look more at your diet and your skincare than anything else. The other thing she mentions is natural products, and in skincare, natural, synthetic, the distinction is kind of blurred. A lot of synthetic lab manufactured ingredients actually the same job को nature में मिलते हैं, बस scientists ने उनको lab में manufacture करने का सस्ता तरीका ढूंढ लिया होता है, उनकी purity ज़्यादा होती है. So it really depends. Plus, natural doesn't mean better, because a lot of irritants, poisons, etc., those are also found in nature. So in skincare, you kind of want it to be good skincare, natural or synthetic, the source doesn't really matter too much.
Natural options, things that were cleaner ingredients. I use the app Think Dirty. It tells you if your ingredients are clean or dirty to the extent of it.
These apps are again problematic, putting ingredients in classes like clean and dirty, क्योंकि unfortunate चीज़ इनके साथ एक ये होती है, मिसाल के तौर पे parabens को ले लेते हैं, because parabens मशहूर हैं for supposedly being bad, but they're actually some of the safest preservatives out there. उनका जो कैंसर से supposed link है वो exist नहीं करता. That study was grossly misinterpreted, and since then it has been proven otherwise. ठीक है, so that's one. लंबी science है, not going to get into a lot of details, but the problem with this thing is that a lot of times you're pushing out perfectly good ingredients, and then you're introducing substitutes that are worse. So now instead of parabens, a lot of products have formaldehyde-based ingredients, which are actually something I would not recommend. I don't put them in any Accutane products. And those actually are associated with higher levels of skin reactions and allergies, among other things. That is something that is actually much worse than what it's set out to replace. So clean beauty, everyone kind of has their own definition, and some definitions can be really, really problematic.
So I use that for literally everything, including makeup, everything. I use paper towels to blot my face dry after washing it instead of using a towel, because towels can carry a lot of bacteria. I still actually do use paper towels. I switched all of my makeup to non-comedogenic. I didn't wear makeup for 2 weeks, seeing if makeup was the problem. Literally did nothing.
Comedogenic ratings be a tricky sa topic hai, because again, like I said, everyone's skin is a bit different, right? So ऊपर से comedogenic ratings को 100% product generally खरगोश के कान के पीछे लगा के किया जाता है. So it doesn't apply the same way to human skin. It matters कि product में concentration कितनी है. Some people might break out from specific ingredients, they might not. So again, this is also a really, really gray area. Comedogenic ratings may matter, but then they really may not either.
I watched videos that were talking about supplements to take, so I bought all the supplements that they talked about and took those. And it was also a huge contributor for my face getting as bad as it did, because I was taking supplements that I didn't need.
And yeah, this can happen. So supplements, sometimes some things can actually aggravate oil production, affect your hormones in different ways. So sometimes instead of making things better, supplements can make things worse. Biotin, for example, बालों के लिए लोग लेते हैं, they can sometimes cause increased acne in a lot of people as well. So just a point to bear in mind.
I ended up finding a hormone specialist. At this point, my acne was terrible. I felt terrible. I didn't feel like me. I didn't look like me. It was really hard. So I went to Sarah. She asked me what was wrong, asked me how I was feeling. I told her I wanted to fix my acne. I wasn't feeling like myself. I mean, honestly, everything was wrong. So she took all of that in consideration, and I got my blood work done.
Acne affects a lot of people mentally, physically, and emotionally as well, right? Because a lot of people don't want to go out, they get depressed. Varies from person to person, but some people are a lot more susceptible to it than others. So it completely makes sense that along with the acne, she was feeling all of these other things also.
Did so many tests. Then I came back to her with the results, and she was like, "Are you okay? How are you feeling?" And I was just the same. And she said, I cannot believe you're functioning the way that you are because you are anemic. You are basically low on every vitamin. You are so depleted of everything that you need that I'm honestly surprised that you're doing as good as you are.
I'm not sure why she had so many nutritional deficiencies. It seems like she's sort of conscious about what she eats, but then again, you never know. But yeah, this is definitely interesting.
If you have acne on the lower half of your face, mine was all here down, low is like right here on my neck. I remember having one right here that stayed for 2 months. It was so painful. That is because you, my friend, sadly have a hormonal imbalance.
Yeah, this is kind of right. A lot of times, not always, but a lot of times acne around the jawline has to do with your hormones. And this is something you see commonly as well. कि adults में आपको ज़्यादातर jawline के around इस area में नजर आती है. Teenagers में ज़रा it can be pretty much anywhere. Sort of widespread cheeks पे होती है काफी, माथे पे भी हो जाती है, right? So this kind of acne usually tends to be associated with hormones.
Another thing causing my acne was I discovered that I had leaky gut.
The food intolerances, again, are interesting and they can definitely affect your skin by causing widespread inflammation. क्यों होती है? Multiple reasons हो सकते हैं. It can have to do with your genetics. There can be so many different things, but the fact of the matter is that food intolerance अगर आपको है और आप उस खाने को consume कर रहे हैं, that does lead to this chronic inflammation which can show up on your skin as well. In a lot of cases, people who have lactose intolerance and they're consuming milk, that does lead to a lot of acne. So this is just something to be aware of. If you feel like your body doesn't tolerate it well, try omitting it from your diet and see how you feel.
I also find that if I eat too much sugar, then I will break out, like on my upper lip and chin. No matter what the sugar, artificial or honey, like if it's just too much sugar and if it's just spiking my insulin too much, then I will have a breakout. But
this, by the way, is true. Sugar can actually cause breakouts. किस तरह? When you consume a lot of sugar or even a lot of food that digests really quickly, like fast food, etc., it causes an insulin spike. This in turn affects other hormones where, long story short, your sebaceous glands end up getting activated. इसका मतलब है कि आपकी skin के oil glands overactive हो जाते हैं, ज़्यादा oil produce करते हैं. If you're already susceptible to acne, you will most likely break out more. Sugar also leads to inflammation in the body. Again, that is not something you want if you have acne. So definitely keep an eye on what you're eating, and sugar can cause increased acne.
After we healed my gut, I didn't need quite a few of those supplements anymore, although I will insert pictures if that is helpful for you. These are the supplements that I take every single day. This is a prenatal. I take 3 of these a day. Fish oil, I take 2 of these a day. Adrenal complex, I take 2 of these in the morning and then 2 in the afternoon. Magnesium, I take 2 in the morning and then 1 at night. CoQ10, I take 1 a day. Vitamin C, I take 1 a day. And then iron, I take 1 a day of these. Vitamin D drops, and I take 5 of these a day. At first, I was taking 10, now I'm down to 5. Everything in this handy dandy little organizer.
इसमें, like I said earlier, try to get all of your nutritional needs met through your diet. Have variety in your foods. Limit your intake of processed and fast foods, and only supplement your diet where you're really still deficient in something. वरना हमेशा preference diet को ही मिलनी चाहिए.
I tried, like I said before, 38 different face washes, and then I found Curology from a friend who used it, and it's only $5 or $6 to ship it. So your first order is free, you just pay for shipping. But it's cool because you send in pictures to a dermatologist, and they look at your photos. Based on your photos, they write a prescription for just your face specifically. So first, I use this, I get it wet, and then I'll just lightly get all my makeup off. Then this is Curology. It's awesome. I will double.
So my thoughts on the Curology routine. I like the fact that it's simple because जब acne भी हो, if you look at our acne bundle as well, you'll see that we always recommend starting out super simple. यानी आपको एक simple face wash चाहिए, acne को target करने के लिए एक आधा product चाहिए, and then you want moisturizer and sunscreen and you're basically good to go, right? So that is the critical thing, because especially when you have problematic skin, the fewer the products, the less likely that you're going to have some trigger, which may be otherwise fine for other people, right? But then you're different, it's breaking you out. So the fewer the number of products that you're using, the less likely that you're going to find a trigger that's going to aggravate the acne or prevent it from getting better. She has niacinamide, iosalic acid, and clindamycin. Azelaic acid is great, niacinamide is great. I am not a fan of using antibiotics long term on your skin. Not a fan of taking them internally either unless you absolutely have to. Because जिस तरह आपकी digestive tract के अंदर beneficial bacteria or different bacteria, fungi, सारी life का एक balance होता है, उस तरह आपकी skin health के लिए भी एक balance exist करना face पे ज़रूरी है. You have a lot of microbes constantly on your skin. It's a fact. You can't get rid of them. And their balance is super important for maintaining the health of your skin. And long run use of antibiotics, even topically, can disrupt this. So long term clindamycin use, even if it's topical, is not something I recommend or I'm a fan of.
Then when my face is 100% dry, I will go in with this. These are the ingredients that are in mine. Since you do have to send in pictures, your ingredients could be different than mine. And then my moisturizer. So for spot treating, I use this guy, and it is kind of like magic in a bottle. It really is incredible. But what I do is I wash my face first, just use like a drop and put it on the zit, or put it on my finger and then just like tap it on the zit wherever it is.
Spot treatments के लिए pimple patches work really well as well. They also keep you from picking on the pimple by forming an occlusive barrier. Alright guys, iski video aage bhi chalti hai, but those were the main points that I really wanted to cover. I think there was a lot of good stuff that we talked about. क्योंकि इसमें different aspects की discussion की गई थी, which is not something you find all the time, right? Generally लोग सिर्फ skin care की हद तक discussion करते हैं, कुछ लोग सिर्फ diet की discussion करते हैं, but इसमें holistic इसने एक picture दी थी, how pregnancy affected her, how the hormones affected her, the fact that she was nutritionally deficient. That is obviously something that is going to upset your body in many, many different ways and stress it out. It's not something that you want. If you enjoyed this and you want to learn more about acne and your skin, you can watch my reaction to Rico Go's acne skincare routine right up over here, and I will catch you in the next video.